Hi, welcome. I'm Michelle, and today I'll be teaching you your Sun Salutation B or your Surya Namaskar B. I'll leave a link to the Sun Salutation A up here. It's a great place to start if you're just getting into Sun Salutations because pretty much every move in the Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A, is incorporated into your Sun Salutation B. There are a few different poses, including your chair pose and warrior one, that we'll be getting into in this practice that's different from your first sun salutation. So starting here with your feet hip distance and parallel, we'll bring the hands to heart center in your Samastitihi, your ready position. Inhale, reaching the arms up and overhead, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, bending into the knees as you sit the hips back as if you're sitting in a chair. This is our chair pose. Here, your weight is mostly in the heels. Your chest is lifted. On the exhale, forward fold, fly the arms down into your Uttanasana. Let the head hang long. Take as deep of a bend in the knees as feels good here. Two options. Inhale, hands come up to the shins, or fingertips come to the mat, your choice, in our Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to deep bend in the knees, plant the hands. We'll step the feet back one at a time to your high plank. So let the hips be level with the spine. Inhale, shifting a half an inch forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, hug them into your sides. Low push-up, Chaturanga Dandasana. Flipping to the tops of the toes, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, send the hips up and back, flipping over the toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting that right heel high in the sky, three-legged dog, the right toes point down. Exhale, knee to nose, plant your foot by your right thumb. Might take a little shifting to get there, that's normal. Exhale to anchor down that back foot, finding heel to heel alignment. There are two different types of alignment you can use in your warrior one feet, finding what's best for you. Either that left foot, that back foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat, or it's almost parallel, but the left toes are cheated a little bit further forward than the heel, finding about a 45-degree angle. As you rise, really press into that knife edge of the back foot. Inhale, slowly reach fingertips up and overhead. Biceps are by the ears. So that right knee is stacked over right ankle, pressing through outer edge of the back foot. Find a lift in the chest and an engagement in the core. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. On the exhale, plant the hands to frame the front foot. Coming onto the ball of the back toes, step the right foot back to meet the left. We're here in our high plank. Flowing through your vinyasa or Midasan down dog, shifting a half an inch forward. Chaturanga, bend the elbows in. Flipping to the tops of the toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, send the hips up and back, flipping over the toes, downward facing dog. This time, inhale, lift that left heel high in the sky, three-legged dog, left toes are pointing down. Exhale, knee to nose, plant left foot by left thumb. Anchoring down that back foot, finding heel to heel alignment. And with the back foot, either parallel to the short edge of the mat or your 45-degree angle. Inhale, slowly reaching fingertips up, biceps by the ears, into your warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Exhale, plant the hands to frame that front foot. Step left foot back to your high plank. Flow through your vinyasa or Midasan down dog, shifting a half an inch forward. Bend the elbows, elbows hug into the sides. Flipping to the tops of the toes, up dog. Exhale, flipping over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale to gaze between the hands. Exhale, step, step, or gentle bend in the knees, lightly hop. up to the hands, forward fold. Inhale to half lift, fingertips come to the ground or to your shins. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up and overhead and sitting down into our chair pose. Hips sink low, chest is lifted. Exhale, hands to heart center as you press the hips forward. Samastitihi. So that is our full variation of your Surya Namaskar B, your Sun Salutation B. I'll lead us through a modified variation, skipping some of those more difficult aspects of this variation of a Sun Salutation like Chaturanga and moving straight into a down dog. So from here, finding the feet parallel and hip distance, moving into our modified Sun Salutation. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, sit the hips low into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, head hangs long. Inhale to half lift, hands come up to the shins for a more comfortable variation, a modified variation. Exhale, bend in the knees as you plant the hands, stepping the feet back to high plank. From here, lower down to the knees, untuck the toes, lower the chest all the way down. Forehead or chin come down. That's a difference from our full Sun Salutation B, skipping the Chaturanga. Hands plant by the mid-ribs, elbows hug in. Inhale, press into the tops of the toes as you lift the head and chest into our Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower the cheek down to the mat. Hands plant under our shoulders, lifting you through our fours, through tabletop, tucking the toes, sending hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting that right heel up. You can hover it just above the ground or a little bit further up, keeping the right toes pointing down. Bring your knee in towards your nose and plant the foot towards the right thumb. It might take a few steps to get there, that's normal. Anchoring down the back foot, finding heel to heel alignment. See if you can find 45 degrees with your back foot. So almost parallel, but the left toes are cheated forward a little bit to help with the rotation in the hips. Inhale, reaching the arms up, slowly rising into our warrior one. Pausing here for a few breaths. And exhale to fold, hands plant by the front foot. Coming onto the ball of the left toe, step the right foot back, right into down dog. Send the hips up and back, skipping our Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Inhale, this time lift the left heel high in the sky or just hover it above the mat. Both options are just perfect. Exhale, knee to nose, plank the foot by the left thumb. It's okay if it takes a little wiggling to get there. Anchor down that back foot, finding heel to heel alignment and a 45-degree angle with that back foot. Inhale to reach the arms up and overhead, warrior one. You should really feel this in your right hip flexor, really stretching. Thinking that the hips are squaring towards the front of the mat. Now they're not going to be completely square just because of how our legs are set up, but working towards there. The hips will more realistically be opening towards the right front corner of the mat. The biceps are up by the ears here in your traditional Virabhadrasana 1, warrior one. Exhale, hands plant to frame that front foot. Step the toes back, right to down dog. Inhale to gaze between the hands. Exhale, slowly taking little steps all the way up to the hands. Landing in your forward fold, head hangs low. Hands come up to the shins. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, deep bend in the knees. Swing the arms up and overhead. Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, sit the hips down. Utkatasana. Chair pose. Hands to heart center as we press the hips forward. Back to Samasti to He. So that's your Sun Salutation B, Surya Namaskar B. Option to take either variation of this. There are many different variations of your Sun Salutations. The best one for you is the one that makes you feel the most comfortable. Sometimes at the beginning of your yoga class, you'll start in a modified variation of your Sun Salutation B, and later in the class move into the more extended variation. I wouldn't feel any pressure to do one or the other. You're getting the benefits of the Sun Salutations in either variation. Thank you for joining class today. The light in me reflects the light in you. Namaste, and I'll see you next time.